And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hi, I'm Tom Vasel.
And I'm Melody.
GameRight has the idea of taking really ludicrous things and making games out of them. And this one is no exception. Polar Derby, which is about polar bears on roller skates. When we go to the zoo, that's what we see, right? Polar bears on roller skates. Anyway, the game has a whole bunch of little wooden polar bears on roller skates. And it's basically a game in which you push your luck. And it teaches kids how to push their luck. Let's look at the game closer. A whole bunch of polar bears on roller skates are placed in the middle of the board. Each bear has a point value on it and is a different color. And I'm going to lay some of them down just so you can see the different point values. But you stand them up on your skates just for the thematic effect. Then you're going to be taking 2 dice and rolling them. Each of these dice has one of the 5 different colors of the polar bears. Also, the word free skate on it. So on my turn, I roll the dice. Pink and blue. That means I get a blue polar bear and a pink polar bear. And I put them here. Now I can stop if I want to and take both these polar bears, or I can roll again. I roll again. I get a pink and a white. I can't take another pink, but I can take a white. I could stop, but I roll again. A white and a green. I can't take a white, but I can take a green. I want that orange, so I'll roll again. Double orange. When you roll a double color, you can take a bear from an opponent. So let's say Melody had a orange bear in front of her. I could say, ha 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 ha, and take that orange bear from her. Okay? Thank you very much. Anyway, once you have all 5, you might as well pull them back. But let's say I had orange, white, and pink in front of me, and I rolled orange and pink. At that point, I can't take orange or pink, so I have to put all the polar bears that I've taken back. And that's that. The only other special rule is if you happen to roll double free skates, any polar bears that you've collected at that point, you can take in front of you, and then you can start another whole turn over again. And so the game is a very simple push your luck with some pretty neat pieces, but it's not that hard of luck, and it's pretty hard to lose. For example, if you get a pink and a white on your first turn, it's very difficult for you to roll something that will cause you to not get another bear. You'd have to roll another pink and white, or double pinks or double whites. Yes, that's possible, but chances are high, so little kids have a little bit of chance to push their luck. The game ends when there's no more polar bears in the middle, which means because there's so few at the end, most of the time players are simply stealing them from another opponent, the polar bears. And that's fun, and it's silly, and it goes around. And then, after everyone's done, you simply add up the points, and whoever has the most points is the winner. If you're playing with young kids, you simply discount every polar bear as 1 point. And in fact, there's a variation in the rules where you can never lose, so you just roll. And then you get whatever you roll, you keep. But that, to me, then it becomes basically a no-choice game, just like Candyland. So I played this game with all my daughters from various ages, and it seemed to go over well with them. But let's see what Melody thinks of the game. Do you like it?
Yeah, I really like it because the polar bears are kind of cute and the dice are really good design.
All right. And yeah, the cuteness of the pieces is certainly going to attract people to it. And there is a bit of a game here. Now, I played a lot of push your luck games, and this one is a simpler one than most. And the game here says ages 8 and up. The game is 5 and up, I think. If you can play it with much younger folks. It says 20 minutes. That's probably twice the amount of time it actually takes. It's probably a 10-minute game. But it's really nice quality and one that I would recommend you get. So check it out. Polar Derby.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.